Alrighty, here. This is Travis, and I'm back with part 4, my last and final installment here of this growing a small account case study, where I showed you that yes, I've been buying options. I have a losing win ratio, as option sellers always say. Buying options is a losing game. They are correct. But what they fail to tell you, because they don't know how to do it like me, is yes, I had a losing win ratio. I only won on 33% of the trades. So I made 6 trades, lost on 4, won on 2, but I doubled my starting amount in 1 month, a 240% return on my initial investment of $1,470. So I wound up walking away with a $3,500 profit in a little less than a month. And that, my friend, is why I feel that buying options is superior to selling options, because when you sell options, you don't have this kind of leverage, right? A 940% return on one of my trades. You don't get that by selling options. You sell an option, you might get $82 in your account like I did here when I bought this option. And yes, you have a high frequency of making that $82, but anybody who has sold options for any length of time, they will tell you that yes, one losing trade can wipe out 6 months of profit. That's the downfall of sometimes selling options, where yes, you have an $82 trade. That's the most you can make, but they're like, hey, but I make I have a high win rate. You can have your high win rate. I'd rather my $82, I'd take my little $82 trade, or actually a $328 trade, excuse me, because I bought 4 contracts here. I'd rather take my strategy where 328 turns into $3,412. Now, towards the end of this video, I will share where you can get access to the template and the rules I use to make these trades. But first, a quick mindset lesson. So I wanted to stop and do a mindset lesson because this lesson I learned from my original, well, one of my original millionaire mentors, was the most impactful lesson in my life. And just so you know how my mindset used to be, right? Well, first, I'll tell you how my mindset is now, and then how my mindset used to be. And you'll see there's a big difference, right? Currently, what do you think is the largest item in our family budget? Like, what do we spend the most money on? For most people, it's usually a mortgage or something like that. But no, it's for coaches and courses for this guy here, Trader Travis. Yep. In our family budget, the biggest line item, what we spend the most money on, is coaches and courses for me. The second biggest is our mortgage. So yes, I spend money on courses and coaches each year. And the reason why is because a long time ago, well, let me ask you this. Forget my story. If you invested $5,000 to $9,000 in a course, and what you learn in that course help you become a millionaire, would you buy more courses? Or would you be like, oh, that was a lucky thing and I don't need to buy any more courses? Or would you connect the dots and be like, previous to buying these courses and trying to learn for free, I was struggling and broke. I invested a crap ton of money at the time, maxing out credit cards on this one course. That course turned me to be a millionaire. What path would you take? The freebie seeker path, or the let me buy more courses path, right? If that what you learn there help you become a millionaire, right? That's why I buy courses and coaches, because I recognize that connection there. So here's how my mindset used to be. I would see a guy selling something online, and thankfully I had a guy who smacked me upside the head and like gave me a different way of thinking. But I was El Cheapo, right? I grew up poor. I never believed, you're never taught to buy courses, right? You have this mindset that someone should give you something. At least that was the mindset I was taught, right? A handout instead of a hand up. So you go through life trying to learn for free, trying to cut corners and things like that, trying to get the cheapest deal. And so I signed up for this real estate course, and it was one of those free trainings where you go, and I forgot, it's like a one-day training where they give you just enough to tease you, and then you have to invest like $5,000 to $9,000 to take their weekend seminar. But I was like, that is too expensive, and my mindset was, these guys are trying to get rich off me, right? Why don't they teach for free and I pay them for my profits, right? It just made sense to me, right? Seems like a good deal. I literally remember I used to email people online and say, I don't have the money for your course. Can you teach me for free? And then when I make money, if your strategy works, when I make money, right, I'll pay you for my profit. It seemed like a good proposition. They'd always email, either they'd ignore me or email something nasty back, right? And I'd walk away ticked off like, you're a scammer. If your strategy really worked, you take me up on that deal. It seemed like a great deal, right? So again, I met a millionaire, and it showed me the distinct difference between how I was thinking and how he was thinking. He was like, Travis, This guy is a multimillionaire, right? He spent 20 plus years perfecting his craft. He is only charging you $5,000 to learn it. If you pay $5,000 and what you learn helps you become a millionaire, that's the bargain of a lifetime. You see the difference in psychology there? Why he was a millionaire, but I was broke, right? Another thing he was saying, he's like, you're not really paying for the education. He's like, you're paying for his experience. So you don't make the stupid mistakes he's already made. You don't repeat the same mistakes he's already made, right? What else did he tell me? Oh, second thing, he was like, this guy, and this is a fact, you know, they say rich people are evil and greedy. At least that's what I heard growing up. And I don't know, there may be some truth to that. I found, honestly, most rich people are really nice and giving and helpful. There are some nasty rich people, but there's also some nasty poor people, right? But anyway, he was saying this guy doesn't have to share his knowledge. Like a lot of rich people who could keep it to himself and only teach it to his family and friends, helping his family and friends get wealthier while leaving everybody else's behind. But he's coming as a servant, coming to serve you and giving back to society for a fraction of what it cost him, both in time and money. Because I'm sure to become a real estate millionaire, that guy invested more than $5,000 in, you know, bad deals, mistakes, and things like that. So yes, he helped me shift my thinking. Now, did I immediately whip out my credit card with joy and be like, yeah, great point? No, I was like, I hear you. Fine, I'll do it. And it was a great deal because it was so, I could not believe it. What I learned in that class in over a 3-day time period, this is when I was a real estate investor. I've since moved to the stock market because I love stocks better, but the point is still the same, whether it's a real estate course or a stock market course. What I learned in that one real estate course, over that weekend, I learned how to do a no money deal, which I did a no money deal from what I learned in that course. The realtor took the course with me. It was a realtor in the class. I used him to, anyway, I got one of the realtor's names from the class, and I used him to do my real estate contract. There was a lawyer who also took that real estate class with me. I used him to help me do the closing. So I did a no money deal based on what I learned in that classroom, paid $5,000, but I made 30 grand profit on that real estate deal. So again, if you see the difference. Now, prior to that, I had never really invested in a course, right? I was El Cheapo. I was like, no way in the world I'm spending several $1,000s to learn something. No, I can learn that for free from the library. I had tried that. What I didn't say in the beginning of this video is 8 years prior to that, I had bought all kinds of books from the library, trying to learn for free, and I wasn't getting anywhere. But the moment I took that course, $30,000 showed up in my life. Well, I was like, wow, I became a course buying lover from there, right? And I made that distinction, and Buffett even talks about it. One of the best investments you can make in yourself is investing in yourself and your education. And that leads to another point I forgot my millionaire taught me. He said, when I was talking about they should teach me for free, he was like, why should you want to be an investor, but you are afraid to invest in yourself? Right? You're sending, is an oxymoron, I think is the word. You're sending mixed signals to the universe. Yeah, I want to be an investor, but I'm unwilling to invest in a course, right? The very first investment is you have to invest in yourself and your education. So again, I end with this question I asked you. If you paid $5,000 and the mindset and techniques you learned in that one course help you become a millionaire, would you keep buying courses? Well, that's the answer to why now the biggest item in our budget is coaches and courses, because I see that the more I invest in myself, the richer my life gets. And not just money, relationships. I have a bad temper, right? I'm not the most positive guy behind the scenes. Crabby, it was my general nature, is crabby, like a cranky old grandpa, right? I'm positive, like, yeah, you can accomplish things, but I'm just have a little, what some people say, a salty nature, right? That's just my default. So I always have to work on being positive and upbeat and things like that. But anyway, I invest in courses and I work on that mindset, and I realize every single year I get better with my attitude and outlook on life and things like that. All right, enough of the mindset stuff. Let's get back to trading and growing a small trading account. All right, so we're back here. So what I want to ask you, and I told everybody that once I finish this case study, I'd create a course and sell it. And I'd make sure it's reasonable, that you can afford it. So let me ask you this, the same thing my mentor asked me. And I want you to put this in the comment section. And I really want you to search your soul and be honest with this. Please do not be a butt crack or a smart aleck. Life's too short for that, right? Don't give me any smart aleck answer. I'm looking for serious answers only. If there was a course that showed you how I took $1,400 and grew it and made a $3,500 profit in 1 month, how much would you invest for that course, right? How much? Think about that. Now, realistically, that's not how much I made, because guess what? I continued this. This was round one. I actually am not up this much now. And I'll tell you some of the pitfalls and be completely transparent and honest, because people need to know this. Yes, buying options has a losing win ratio. I've already told you that in several other videos. Now, I finished round 2 trades. I opened 7 trades here. I am done with round 2. And the profit, and I'm actually starting on round 3, which I won't reveal publicly, but I'll show you where you can get the details on that. Now, round 2, I opened 7 trades. Again, look at the win rate. 33% win rate on round 1, 29% win rate on round 2. So the option sellers are correct. Buying options is a losing game. But again, what they discount, and probably because they don't know and they don't know how to buy options successfully, is that buying options has leverage. Option selling does not. So I had 7 trades. I lost on 5, won on 2, but I only lost $430 of my previous profit. So my account, my starting amount of $1,400, I am still up 211% from when I started. So I lost on round 2. That's the full transparency. And the reason I'm showing you this is because there are a lot of people like me who started out buying options. They saw this 900% return. They saw in 1 month, they more than doubled their amount, and then they bet bigger. They think, hey, this will continue. I found the holy grail. I want to take out loans and all kinds of schemes, and they try to come up with all kinds of ways to get more money. But guess what? They don't have the 20 plus years of experience I have. I knew this would not continue. I think I said that in one of the videos. That is unrealistic. If I have a 940% return on one of my trades, I can almost guarantee the next few trades will be losers. That's just how it works. So I knew to scale back. So in round 2, I only risked my profit I made. I didn't risk any of my original money. I actually started with, I set aside $5,000 for this. I didn't even use all $5,000. I only used $1,400. So my original money is still sitting on the sidelines. So round 2, again, because I know if I had that much profit, I'm like, yeah, the next few trades probably will be losers. And I was right. Round 2, I wound up losing overall. But the crazy part is, even though I lost, I am still up overall 211%. Now I am on round 3. So let's go ahead, show you round 3, which I won't reveal the final results. Round 3 trades actually are up about 3,000. I don't count open trade profit because sometimes profit goes bye-bye. So I'm not hyped up about that. I prepare to lose. That's how I place. When I buy options, I actually prepare for the worst, hope for the best. So I actually place my trades assuming I'm going to lose. And if I lost on all these round 3 trades, which I doubt I will, but if I lost on all of them, I will lose $2,100. $2,100 plus the $430 is still less than my profit here. I've already added it up. I don't have it on this Excel. So worst case right now, if I lost on all 3 of my round 3 trades, guess what my original $1,400, the return I'll have? I still would be up 100%. So in about a month, month and a half, I still would double my money. So again, go back to the question I asked you earlier. If you had a blueprint, some set of rules that showed you how to double your money in about a month, now it's not guaranteed, but if you had those rules, what would you invest in that course? Now this is a life skill. That $5,000 in that real estate course I took 20 plus years ago, I still know that knowledge. I still can use it right now. I don't like real estate because I'm an introvert. I don't like dealing with a lot of people, right? Nothing wrong with people. I'm an intimate guy. I like having 5 close friends versus 20 fake friends. That's just how I am. Anyway, moving on. You don't want to hear about my issues. So what would you invest in a course that gave you that? Now, I want you to search your soul and be completely honest. Put it in the comment section below this video. Now, after you come up with that figure, what I want you to do is look at the link in the description here if you're watching this on YouTube, because I put a link where you can learn about the Market Club Options program, because guess what? That is the template I use for these trades that you saw where I doubled my money in a month. I use the core components of the Market Club Options blueprint, and I reveal the rules and the steps I took just recently in our July 2020 bonus training. So the link won't take you exactly to the site. It does actually take you to my website where I wrote up page where you can learn all about the program, what's involved, things like that. So the reason I want you to come up with that figure is I want you to come up with a figure, all right? If you had a course or a set of templates that showed you how to double your money in a month, what would you invest? When you come up with that figure, I want you to go to my website, learn about the Market Options program, and then click the link to see if you're interested in joining, if you want this template. And then if that figure is less than the figure you came up with, then like my mentor told me, you have a bargain. And then it's up to you to go through whatever decision-making process you go through to figure out if you want to join. But if you want the template I use to place all these trades that double my money in 1 month, then you have to join the Market Club Options program. And I reveal that in the July 2020 bonus training. I will not be talking about it again. It's only in one video. You will not see that again. Lastly, the reason I am glad, honestly, as a coach, that I showed you that, hey, I lost money on round 2 is to show you the reality of buying options. A lot of amateur investors start out like I did. They make a lot of money. They think, hey, it continues. It will not. And I'm glad I showed you this because, hey, round 2, I lost money overall. Round 3 is doing okay, but I want to show you a comparison because, again, I use the Market Club Options. I use the steps, but not the template. I use the steps, meaning that the trade triangles, the steps we follow. And if you're part of the Market Club Options program, you know what I mean. So when that stock had that monthly or the weekly, I applied a certain parameters here to figure out what options I would buy and how far out in time I would go. Now, I traded that side by side with a proven blueprint, the Market Club Options blueprint, the actual blueprint, the proven blueprint. I traded that side by side. Now I'm going to show you this. Look at all of these trades here that took me probably 3 hours in total because it's like takes me about 10 minutes to place my trades. But since they're short-term trades, I had to log in every single day, constantly monitoring trades. When I closed that out, I had to do more calculations. Now let's look at the Market Club Options blueprint, which is a set it and forget it blueprint. I placed about 7 trades here. Right? And guess how much money I've made? $4,200. So same thing, I've doubled my money. So my original investment up here was about $4,200. So in total, in 1 month's time, just like the growing a small account case study trades, I've made about the same. I doubled my amount. The only difference is this is a set it and forget it template. It took me, all right, I placed a batch of trades here on 6/3, 6/10, and then another couple of trades here the week of 7/8. So it takes me about 10 minutes. Now that's 30 minutes in total to make $4,000. And I just kind of place a trade, set it and forget it, and I casually monitor them every day because I'm going to be in these for a while versus the trading time for dollars, right? And if you're like me, you grew up in a working class family, you're taught to work hard, trade times for money. And so this is normal to you, doing all this work and not really getting ahead financially. You might make a little money, it's fun and exciting, but what I learned from a millionaire mentors is like, no, you should be looking to save time, not invest more time. And so over the years, I've learned to transition my thinking and my habits to set it and forget it templates like this, where yeah, I can double my money and it only takes me 30 minutes. And I go off and do other things with my life. And if you join the Market Club Options program, you get access to the few stocks I just passed, right? Because you get access to this filter, you get to see all the trades I make. So anyway, this video is already too long. I just want to come in here and show you 2 templates. This is a proven template. This is what I recommend people do, the set it and forget it template. But guess what? It's boring. A lot of people get bored and they want more action. You can have your action. I will take my profits from a set it and forget it strategy. So you take care. Again, check out the links below. 2 questions. If you had a course that showed you how to double your money in 1 month, how much would you invest? 2, check out the link to see if you want to join the Market Club Options program to get access to the template I've been using for these trades. It's in the July 2020 bonus training. Take care. I hope you've enjoyed this small case study, and I will see you in the next round of trainings. Bye-bye.